Let's give you Binghamton's, brought to you by Shirtem Heating and Air. Chris Suero leads off, he'll DH. Nick LaRusso was 14th homer last night at team lead. Bats second, he'll play first. Kevin Parada, he'll do the catching and bat third. Vincent Perozzo in left, he'll clean up. Wyatt Young bats fifth and plays second. Jalen Palmer in center, batting sixth. Kevin Villavicencio anchors at shortstop, bats seventh. Nick Lucky hits eighth and plays right. And Nick Roselli bats ninth after a 3-hit night, and he'll play third base with Channing Austin on the mound for Binghamton. His second Double-A start, he takes the rubber, and we bring in Matt Levine for Augustine Construction. Building blocks of the game. Ponies last night, 13 hits, just 4 runs. They lost the game 8-4. This squad, the story all year has been the length for the starting pitching and answering with runners on base.
Yes, Cam, the story is the lack of production with runners in scoring position. Both home runs last night were solo homers from LaRusso and Schwartz, and you only had 2 players that recorded runs batted in, both of them. So you need more production when there's guys on base, and it's tough. You have so many everyday players on the injured list right now, but it's up to those other players that are getting the new opportunities that they probably otherwise would have not had, and it's up to them to do something with it. And that's what we might see tonight. It's every day is a new day. That's the beauty of this sport. And for Austin, probably not going to go length just because he's coming off injury, but that's where Max Green will likely come in out of the bullpen in bulk relief. And for him, it would be the key to go at least 5, you'd assume, based on what he's done the last couple outings. So for Austin, it's his second Double-A start. And let's do it with Estrada leading off. First pitch is whacked in the air to deep center field. Pretty deep. Center fielder Palmer ranging back in right center towards the track. He jumps up and it's off the yellow line and in play. Palmer picks it up with his bare hand, fires in, and it's cut off. It's a leadoff double on the first pitch for Aaron Estrada. He begins the game in a loud way. Just missed a home run. It hit the top of the yellow line on the wall and came back down. And Estrada has an extra base hit on the first pitch of tonight's game.
And Matt, I made it clear on the pregame show that the baseball is going to fly. It says 100 degrees on the temperature sign in left center field.
It is brutally hot. At the moment, it's actually not that bad in here right now. Ethan Anderson bats now. First pitch, swung on and missed on a breaking ball. And the count goes to 0-1 on Anderson, who's hitting .263, 16 home runs, 32 runs batted in. First pitch came in at 6:10. And the pitch out of the stretch from Austin is a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-2. Anderson de los Santos on deck after Ethan Anderson. Austin made his Double-A debut last Friday at Erie when an inning plus allowed 3 runs. Here's the pitch. Spikes it in, gets past Parada, and it rolls to the backstop. Estrada advances onto third on the wild pitch. Kevin Parada doing the catching tonight as the Rumble Ponies wear their Binghamton Mets jerseys. And Parada has the Stars and Stripes on his gear. 4th of July weekend. For many started maybe yesterday even, with Summer Fridays tomorrow. Some people take off Thursday. Maybe last night they go down to the Jersey Shore.
The whole week is a vacation. My parents just went down to Long Island today.
1-2 coming. Chopped foul, first base side, and it rolls to the sidewall. Where on Long Island?
Bellport, Long Island, right by Patchogue.
Beautiful. They take the ferry?
They took the ferry from Bridgeport, Connecticut to Port Jeff.
Yep.
Drive their car off.
It's great.
Yeah.
Nothing better, man.
It's probably going to be a great weekend.
I've got some people in my life that are down at the Jersey Shore right now, enjoying with their friends. What a time.
We're
Infield's
friends.
in. It's true. 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 on a curveball. And Austin fans Anderson for his first strikeout of the night in the first out. Well, we're both enjoying with our friends, just in a different capacity. We're working.
Yeah, and you know, it's in a lot of ways not a job, but when it's 95 degrees in here, it's a little bit tougher.
Anderson de los Santos steps in with a runner at third and 1 out. He's hitting .235, 9 homers, 40 runs batted in. So for Austin in that Double-A debut, he threw 37 pitches and 17 strikes. He walked 3 in that inning plus. First pitch is a strike on a breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Slider comes in at 87. Fastball, slider, curveball, changeup, and splitter for Channing Austin. The 24-year-old was signed by the Mets as an undrafted free agent in July of 2024. The 0-1 is outside on a slider, and it's 1-1. Finished his college career at the University of Southern California and USC in California. Started his college career at the University of Virginia. And another New York City kid. He's from Brooklyn, New York. The 1-1 pitch. Popped up in the air to center field, pretty deep. Might be deep enough for Estrada to tag. Palmer coming in a few steps. Makes the catch. Estrada tries to tag. Palmer's throw will go through, and it's late. Estrada scores standing up. Sacrifice fly for De Los Santos. Estrada scores from third. And 3 batters in, the Baysox take a 1-0 lead. Last night it took 2 batters for the Baysox to score. And tonight 1 more batter in the first inning. And it's 1-0 with 2 outs. Cleanup man Frederick Bencosme bats. He's hitting .253 with 10 home runs, 36 RBIs. Well, this is Austin's first Marabito Stadium start, as the first pitch is bunted, third base side. Roselli charges, throws to first, and just late, Bencosme beats it out for a bunt single. A 2-out bunt single for Frederick Bencosme, and he's at first. Austin was warming up for what would have been his Double-A debut against, I believe it was Reading, last month in May. Well, last month, now it's July. So this was in May, mid-May. And he was scratched from the start, suffered an injury while warming up for it. Here's Griff O'Farrell, another Virginia product. Austin holds for a while here. 4 on the pitch timer and deals with 2 seconds. It's outside ball 1 on O'Farrell, who's hitting .204. 5 home runs and 27 runs driven in. So Austin went on the IL the next day and missed a month, just about, before making his Double-A debut at UPMC Park in Erie last week. Allowed 3 earned, 2 hits, 3 walks as the pitch is swung through and missed, and it's 1-1.
Defensive alignment for Binghamton behind Channing Austin. Kevin Parada doing the catching.
Nick LaRusso plays first. Wyatt Young, the second baseman. Nick Roselli's at third, and Kevin Villavicencio's at shortstop. In left, Vincent Perozzo. In center is Palmer, and in right field is Nick Lucky. 2 outs in the first, and the 1-1. Lined foul to the right of home plate and behind, and it's 1-2. Parada's gear, it is awesome, as the July 4th patriotic theme. 1-2 coming from Austin. Laced in the air to center field. Palmer comes in a few steps, and he makes the 2-handed catch, chest high. Side retired. O'Farrell lines out. Estrada doubled, and he scored on a sac fly. 1 run on 2 hits. We come to you from the William Orban broadcast booth at Marabito Stadium. Ponies down 1-0. Joseph Zerwa deals the first pitch. Chris Suero belts it down the left field line. Foul. So Suero hitting .205, 11 homers, 29 RBIs. He is battling several bangs and bruises back in the lineup tonight. And facing Zerwa, the 22-year-old Orioles number 12 prospect. He is tall. 0-1 pitch. Suero pops up foul, first base side. It's 0-2. Zerwa is 6'8", 200 pounds. From Toledo, Ohio. He was a second-round pick by the Orioles just last year in 2025 out of Michigan State. Not a huge baseball program in the Big Ten. Suero takes time, as Zerwa was just set. He spent 3 years as Michigan State's #1 starter. Big Ten Pitcher of the Year last year, a first-team All-Big Ten honoree unanimously. Set for the 0-2. out of the stretch, deals. And Suero chases the high fastball for strike 3. Suero goes down on 3 pitches to open the game, or open the bottom of the first. And there's one away with 1 strikeout.
Matt, it almost feels like Suero, last 3 times he's led off, he swung at the first pitch of the game.
Yeah, he had the double twice, right?
One at Erie, one here.
Sunday and Tuesday.
And then he had the day off, and he swung at that first pitch.
Yeah, good call. See if he does that next time he comes up. Here's LaRusso. First pitch is away, ball 1. LaRusso's got his average up to 237 now with a couple more hits last night. Hit a home run. His 14th of the year, leads the team, and 41 runs batted in. Drove in 2 yesterday. Lefty-righty matchup, 2 Big Ten players right here. Did not face each other, though. 1-0 is a called strike. Count goes to 1-1. Well, maybe they did when Jerwa was a freshman in 23. LaRusso was playing in his 5th year of college baseball at Maryland. Jerwa hides the ball out of the stretch, deals to 1-1. And the changeup misses low and inside. It's 2 balls and a strike. Last start was Friday for Jerwa. He only went 3 innings, 2 runs, 3 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. He threw 59 pitches. They are scaling him back a little bit, allegedly to prepare him for the All-Star Futures game. 2-1 pitch, fastball strike, 2-2. Now, it's definitely interesting that the Futures game would take precedent over the actual campaign, but an honor to be selected to represent the Orioles organization in Philadelphia next week, or in a couple weeks. 2-2. LaRusso chops foul, and it goes, or stays at 2-2. A week from Sunday is the Futures game at Citizens Bank Park.
You saw that a lot in collegiate summer ball. If a guy was getting scaled back to go to Team USA or a showcase, but in this case, he already has a signed deal, so the Futures game is to be scaled back is interesting.
2-2. LaRusso swings and misses at a fastball. 93 is the velocity, but let me tell you, when you're 6'8", you're almost throwing with your extension from probably 50, 52 feet. He might get 10 feet of extension with how tall he is. So a fastball that is 93 is going to look a lot harder with that type of extension.
And that ball's hidden the whole time, too. You can't even see it right now if you're Parada.
Yeah, his glove is on his left hip. And the lefty comes home, first pitch. Parada rips it to left field. Base hit. That's going to be extra bases. It rolls all the way to the fence in the corner and left. Pinballs around. Hodo picks it up, and Parada jogs into second with a stand-up double on the first pitch. A 2-out extra base hit for Kevin Parada in the first inning. And the Rumble Ponies, trailing 1-0, have the tying run in scoring position here in the first frame.
You forget Kevin Parada played 24 games in Syracuse, and Binghamton actually has changed their double celebration from the last time Parada was here. Parada immediately looked towards the dugout and put his palms up. He didn't even know what to do. So Parada kind of just gave a hand motion back, but he wasn't sure right away.
It's funny. He's at second now for Vincent Perozzo. First pitch to the lefty. Inside corner, called strike. Perozzo's hitting .224, 6 homers, 18 runs batted in. Ethan Anderson's catching tonight. Anderson de los Santos plays first. Frederick Bencosme is at second. Willie Vasquez at third, and Griff O'Farrell is the shortstop. 2 outs in the first, Parada at second base. Jerwa looks there. Now the pitch. Popped up, shallow left field. Doug Hodo sprints in, he gets under it, and the left fielder makes the catch. Side retired with Josenberger in center and Piguero in right. 2-out double for Parada. 1 hit, 1 left on, no runs scored. It's 1-0 Chesapeake after 1 on the WNBF Rumble Ponies Radio Network. We go into the second inning. Kevin Parada had a 2-out double in the bottom of the first, but the Ponies do not score against Joseph Jerwa, who threw 12 pitches, 10 strikes. Doug Hodo, the third, leads off against Channing Austin in the second. Austin allowed a leadoff double on the first pitch. 2 batters later, a sac fly. And so it is 1-0 Chesapeake against Austin, who threw 14 pitches in the first inning. A much better first inning and quicker one this time around in his second ever Double-A start. First pitch to Hodo is down and away for ball 1. Hodo's hitting .272 with 4 home runs and 15 RBIs. He is OPSing .856. Slightly open stance, and the 1-0 pitch. Called strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Hodo was drafted by the Orioles in the 6th round in 2022 out of the University of Texas, where his dad also played and won a national championship for the Longhorns. 1-1, grounded to third, gloved by Roselli, who was hit hard, and he lofts it to first in time for the out. And there's one away in the 2nd inning. Hodo's retired, and it brings up Tavian Josenberger.
Now batting, Chesapeake, center fielder number 12, Tavian Josenberger.
Josenberger played 2 years at Kansas, 1 year at Arkansas. Hitting .207. First pitch to the lefty, shows bunt, tried to get it down. Roselli charged, and then Josenberger pulled back the bunt and took it high. Six homers, 31 RBIs for Josenberger. The 1-0 pitch, hit in the air to right center field. Palmer moves to his left. Jalen Palmer gets under it, and he makes the catch. He's already had a lot of work to do. That's the 3rd out that Palmer's recorded today, but also fielded the double off the fence. He's been hit the ball 4 times. And there's 2 outs here in the 2nd quickly for Austin.
Really woken up early, and that one really was high in the air for a while. Palmer at first almost seemed like he had trouble tracking it.
Ramos had a lot of work yesterday in center. He's got the day off today. First pitch to Willie Vasquez, swung on and fouled away. 0-1. He's hitting .286, 2 homers, 9 runs batted in over his first 19 AA games this year. Vasquez homered yesterday. In fact, Chesapeake hit 3 home runs the first 2 innings last night. Balls flying this week at Marabito. 0-1 pitch from the righty. Swung on and missed. Good slider. Count goes to 0-2. Channing Austin pitching with earrings in. Got that swagger. 0-2. Lined into the netting, foul. Still 0-2. If you go on social media and you look up Channing Austin, you'll find that he has a high interest in clothing and style. Some of his game day outfits, I mean, him and Chris Suero can compete with each other for the swag.
That'd be a great question to them.
0-2 pitch, line foul, down the right field line again, late on it. Still 0-2 on Vasquez.
I'm definitely asking probably Suero first tomorrow, who has more pregame drip, him or Channing.
We always have these debates with Suero. 0-2 is fouled away again to the right side. Still 0-2. The debate between whether he or Jalen Palmer is a better basketball player. And it always somehow comes back to these New York City kids. Palmer from Brooklyn, Suero's from the Bronx. Austin's also a Brooklyn kid.
And I know what Suero's going to say. He's, you know, they're both going to say that it's them.
Austin might actually give the nod to somebody else. He's too nice. The 0-2 outside on a fastball at 95, and it's 1-2. Was born in Manhattan, grew up in Brooklyn, went to Poly Prep Country Day School, was an infielder in high school, #1 ranked third baseman, #5 overall player in the state of New York in the class of 2020. 1-2 coming, chopped foul by Vasquez. He will see an 8th pitch in this plate appearance. And Austin, a smart kid. Think about the 2 schools that he went to. Virginia and USC, was teammates with Will Watson and DeAndre Smith. 1-2, chopped foul again. This is a cat and mouse type plate appearance with Vasquez and Austin. That is 6 foul balls in this plate appearance over the first 8 pitches. It's 1-2 the count.
Can't believe Channing's wearing sleeves.
On a mid-90s to 100-degree day. He comes set. The 1-2 coming. It's high, it's 2-2. And a 10th pitch will be thrown here to Vasquez. Ponies trailing 1-0, top second, 2 outs and none on. He got the first 2 outs quickly this frame. on just 5 pitches. And now he throws his 10th pitch to Vasquez. It's 2-2, and the righty deals. Just missed up high. And the count runs full, 3-2. Austin has sweat just dripping down his face. On days like this, got to be tough to grip the ball when anywhere you touch on your body, you're going to be sweating. The 3-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Fastball inside, tied him up. Vasquez goes down swinging, and Austin wins the battle with a strikeout on the 11th pitch of the at-bat. A 1-2-3 second with his second Double-A strikeout this game, and we go to the bottom of the second inning. Binghamton down 1-0 on the WNBF Rumble Ponies Radio Network.
It's time for the town.
Wyatt Young leads off, bottom 2, down 1-0. Jurwa deals, and Young belts it in the air to right field, pretty deep. Peguero gets to the track, reaches out, and he makes the grab, crashing into the wall with both hands. Young gave it a ride on the first pitch of the second, and he is retired on a line out to the warning track. So 1 out on the first pitch of the second. Jurwa threw 12 pitches, 10 strikes in the first, struck out 2, gave up a 2-out double to Palmer, or to Parada, and now it's Palmer. Hitting .215, 1 homer, 10 runs batted in. And again, the Rumble Ponies trailing the Baysox by a score of 1-0, bottom second. Jurwa, the 6'8 lefty, deals. First pitch, a called strike on the outside corner, and it is 0-1. Channing Austin just got through a 1-2-3 second. Through 2 innings now. Jurwa sets in the 0-1. Palmer takes the breaking ball. And it's a strike. It's 0-2. That was the sweeper. Two starts ago for Jurwa against Richmond. He allowed 1 run over 6 in the win. Struck out 8. 0-2 pitch. Fastball popped up foul. Right side. And that will go out of play. It's still 0-2 with 1 out in the bottom of the second. Almost 2 months ago now, May 10th, Jurwa needed multiple stitches on his right eyebrow. He had a lacerated right eyebrow. This was when he was with High A, Frederick. A bad hop on a relay throw hit him in the eye, and it sliced his eye open. Needed stitches. He had them removed just after he was promoted to Double-A Chesapeake. The 0-2, Palmer swings and misses at the fastball, strike 3. That's 3 strikeouts for Jurwa over the first 6 batters, and all 3 of them have come on the heater. 2 up, 2 down in the second brings up Kevin Villavicencio. Villavicencio's hitting .203 with a home run and 4 RBIs. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch is a called strike on the outside corner after Villavicencio pulled back the bunt. Jurwa, by the way, the highest drafted pitcher by Orioles general manager Mike Elias since he took over the club in 2018. 0-1 pitch is up and inside. 1-1. Shows you the stock that they put into this player. Going to the Futures game next Sunday in Philadelphia, which is one of the highest honors, if not the highest, for a prospect to represent their organization among the rest of the league. The 1-1 coming, and Villavicencio launches it to deep right field. Right fielder Peguero back in front of the track, backpedals to the track, and he makes the catch just to the right of the 375-foot mark. The 1-2-3 inning with a strikeout for Joseph.
That second Double-A start for Channing Austin. He enters the 3rd inning here from Rapido Stadium. Already his longest Double-A start after an inning last Friday against Erie. He's thrown 30 pitches, 37 a week ago. Fernando Peguero, switch hitter, batting left, the 9-hitter. And Austin, the right-hander, from the stretch. First pitch, fastball in there for a strike. 24 years old is Austin. A dominant 8-start stretch for High Brooklyn this year. 1.17 ERA. 0-1 is flown to left, sends Perozzo back about 2 steps. He makes the catch. Hard hit ball, but Perozzo right at it. And there's one away. After a leadoff double in the first inning from Estrada, Channing Austin has looked good. He's retired 5 straight batters. Here is Aaron Estrada, Orioles' number 7 prospect. Double to dead center field, off the wall. Jalen Palmer in center almost robbed it. It was an inch from a home run. First pitch, just upstairs on a slider. Estrada hitting .274, switch hitter batting left. 3 switch hitters in this lineup, 9-1-2 in the order for the Baysox. Pitch, fastball's away. Channing Austin was activated off the injured list on June 26th. Was hurt on May 28th. Was set to make his AA debut during a 11 a.m. Kids Day game. 2-0, swung on and missed. Warming up around 11 a.m. 12 p.m. was first pitch, and Austin was hurt moments before the start. Hurt for about a month. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 down, nobody on. Baysox lead 1-0. Pitch is lined to center field. It's down for a base hit. Estrada's 2 for 2. Palmer cuts it off. Throw into Young is cut off, and Estrada will stay put. 1 out base runner for Chesapeake. And Estrada continues to see the ball well. His 63rd hit of the year. No movement from the Binghamton dugout just yet. Max Green would be Binghamton's piggyback arm, but he would start an inning. So you wonder who Binghamton will go to if Austin had to leave in the 3rd. Switch hitter Ethan Anderson batting left. First pitch of the catcher is away on a slider. Last time Austin threw, had a piggyback with Max Green. Gabby Rodriguez came in for about 2 outs to end an inning. Austin sets, 1-0, inner half, missed to Anderson. Green went 5 innings in his last relief appearance as a piggyback arm. But in the 8th inning, allowed a 3-run shot against Erie, and it kind of was 2 tails of an outing. The stats did not tell the whole entire story. Estrada does not go. He faked it, and the 2-0 was fouled back from Anderson. Oh for 1 is Anderson. He struck out in the first. 2 punch outs for Austin. The Orioles' number 23 prospect hitting .262. Hit his 16th homer last night. Estrada leans off first. LaRussa holds him on. Austin sets. The 2-1 is fouled back. 40 pitches now for Austin. 3 over his total from last week. Signed by the Mets as an undrafted free agent in July of 2024. A guy really that barely pitched in college. 1 year at Virginia, pitched 1 game. 2-2, clipped back off the netting. That was a fastball away, 96 there from Austin. And then he made 16 relief appearances in 2 active seasons at USC. He was hurt in 2023. So you look at Austin's game log, the amount of innings of work. This has really been one of his first bulk years where the success has really shown. 2-2, curveball misses upstairs, count is full. His stretch with Brooklyn, he ranked in minor league baseball 2nd batting average against at 150. And his ERA was 3rd at that 1.17. Estrada off first, 1 down. 3-2, swing and a miss. That curveball hung up and outside, but Anderson went chasing. 3rd punch out for Austin. And there's 2 down in the inning, but Michael Collins will come out, and that will do it for Channing Austin. 43 pitches for the right-hander in his 2nd AA start. Gets a nice greeting from the field manager and Michael Collins, and Binghamton will head to the bullpen. Runner on is Estrada. Anderson De Los Santos will step in. 2 down in the 3rd. It's 1-0 Baysox. This pitching change brought to you by William Orban Insurance. This pitching change brought to you by William Orban Insurance. Maybe it's time to consider changing your insurance. Give the Orban Harding team a call at 607-729-9292. They insure your neighbors. Let them insure you too. Well, Bill back in the booth on Sunday. Garrett Stratton, the right-hander, on the bump, replacing Channing Austin. Anderson De Los Santos steps in. Estrada off first. There's one out. First pitch misses away from Stratton. 1-0 Chesapeake lead here in the top of the third inning, and threatening. Stratton, the 22-year-old, pitched on Sunday against Erie. He went an inning scoreless. Pitch up and inside, called strike. Count is 1-1. Four-seam cutter and a curveball for Stratton. Scoreless in 3 of his first 4 appearances, with 6 strikeouts, just 1 walk for Stratton in this stretch, as De Los Santos calls time. Binghamton's plan, Channing Austin working back from injury. You have a relief arm, and then Max Green will take a big bulk tonight. 1-1, swung on and missed at a cutter. Count is 1-2. But you don't want your piggyback arm to come in the middle of an inning. So Green could enter in the 4th or the 5th. We'll see how Collins and the coaching staff with Matt Karasetti plays it. Estrada off first, and the 1-2. Cutter is away, and holding off is De Los Santos. Stratton drafted by the Mets, 20th round in 2025 out of Rice University. Grew up right in Houston. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Pitch to De Los Santos, check swing at a heater, did not go around. Shane Sullivan, the crew chief, first base side. Brooks Burchett, home plate umpire, and Theo Arendt, third base side tonight. De Los Santos had the sacrifice fly in the first inning. That put Chesapeake on the board. He's got 41 ribbies on the year. Runner will go, payoff pitch. Ground ball, right side. Sprinting over is Young, gloves it, throws on the run, close call, it's in time. Oh, what a run from Wyatt Young. Young was looking to cover the bag at second base, set his front foot, came all the way back to his left, and made the throw fielding the baseball. Gets the final out of the frame. 1 hit, no runs for the Baysox, and we head to bottom 3. So according to ChatGPT, it is the hottest day in Binghamton, New York history. You heard that right. According to ChatGPT, AI, Jurwa, 0-1. Lucky hammers it, and it's down in center field for a base hit. 103 off the bat. That's almost the degrees here tonight. And Lucky has been great for Binghamton. Signed a minor league contract from Binghamton, coming from the Lancaster Stormers of the Atlantic League. And Nick Lucky, his 10th hit in his 11th game at the AA level with Binghamton. But the thermometer in left center field now says 98 degrees. It was reading 101 at one point today. Here's the lefty, Nick Roselli. Binghamton trailing 1-0 against Chesapeake. The pitch, sliders away. Matt Levine to my left, Cam Manna with you, both sweating a bit, but funny enough, we were interviewing Bryce Conley, who's going to start on Saturday for Binghamton. We have a funny story from that interview. Jurwa looks at Lucky twice. 1-0, Roselli out in front of a slider. The interview was great, but it went 11 minutes, and at one point, myself mostly and Conley, we had to stop because we had sweat dripping down our face. Luckily, Conley brought out a towel. I was using my shirt. He offered if I wanted to use the towel. We got it done. 1-1 pitch, called strike. Snap throw to first is not in time. De Los Santos, first baseman, had to dive to his right as Lucky slides back safely. Count 1-2. And Matt Levine's a warrior. He had to film the whole thing on an iPhone with his shoulders. They were burning a little bit.
Well, it didn't help what I did in the gym this morning. I did a little bit of shoulders. So
I think you just did push day.
I did a little bit of back, a little bit of biceps, and then I did do the shoulders at the end to just, you know, put yourself through the ringer.
Matt Levine, the boulder shoulders. 1-2 count, one on, and nobody out. Pitch to Roselli, beautiful slider, just misses away.
But, yeah, the angle that you're filming at is, it burns a little bit, especially after they're tired from the workout this morning, and it's 100 degrees. But that was hysterical when you had to stop, both of you, just wipe off the sweat.
2-2 pitch. Roselli, left center field in the gap, sends Hodo back. He makes the catch. The left fielder came in and then went back and just made the catch for the first down. Lucky still off first base. Had to stop for a quick second. It was that hot. We've choked with a bunch of the players today about how hot it's been. It was big during warmups. Trent McMaster, strength and conditioning coach, took multiple stoppages to make sure everybody was hydrating. Here's the leadoff man, Chris Suero. Binghamton down 1-0. Bottom three. Series tied at 1 apiece. Lucky leaning off first. Jurwa pick over. Close call. Lucky back safely. More on Joseph Jurwa, the 22-year-old left-hander, Orioles number 12 prospect. He is 6'8". Throws from the stretch. He's closed off towards Suero. As Lucky goes, the pitch, called strike, throw down from Anderson, head first slide from Lucky, he's in there safely. Stolen base for the newcomer. Second stolen base for Nick Lucky on the year. But Jurwa holds the baseball and his glove on his left hip. So if you're a right-handed batter, you cannot see the baseball. And Jurwa hides it. And again, with his arm length, he can hide it and come all the way around. He's a lefty throwing 93. 0-1 to Suero. Fastball's in. Through 6 innings in his last start, 8 punch-outs. Holds a 2.10 ERA in the month of June. Grew up in Haskins, Ohio. 1-1 pitch. Suero ropes it down the left field line. Hodo comes in, makes the catch. Shoestring grab from Hodo. Sprinting in and robs Suero of extra base hits and Binghamton's first run. There's 2 down.
105 off the bat, and it was sinking and hooking away from the outfielder Hodo. He went and took a route that was almost, do or die in a way, where if he didn't get there, he's going to be beat. That's going to be a triple. But he got there.
Here's Nick LaRusso, 0 for 1. Hit his 14th homer last night. First pitch is inside. Now, Jurwa, growing up in Ohio, big football area. His brother was his go-to wide receiver, Noah, and was also his catcher in high school during the spring season. 1-0 pitch almost hits LaRusso. Fastball is in. But the funny story there about Jurwa is he threw the football from the same exact arm angle in the same way as he pitches. Wow. So think about the spiral as a lefty quarterback and just how he throws a little bit, not a full sidearm delivery, but about 3/4. 2-0 is low and into Nicky Lowe.
And their dad was their football coach in high school.
2 seasons of 2,000+ passing yards, 20+ touchdowns, all Ohio honors.
At 6'8", I wonder what he was in high school.
He could see over every offensive line.
It doesn't matter.
3-0 pitch to LaRusso, takes sign, and it's an inside pitch, 4-pitch walk. First walk surrender from Jurwa. He's thrown 34 pitches, and it brings up Kevin Parada. Now in visit now here for Jurwa. Pitching coach and Jeremy Heilman comes out. Anderson, the backstop, will chat with the left-handed arm. Went to Michigan State in Jurwa and was Big Ten Pitcher of the Year in 2025. Spartans' #1 starter. 7 RBIs on the year for Binghamton. Has not hit 1 home run for the Ponies this year. Jurwa's 0-1. Parada clips it back. Count is 0-2. Binghamton's first home series of the second half. They're 2-6 to begin half number 2. Chesapeake 3-4. Series tied at 1 apiece. Big spot for the Ponies in bottom 3. 0-2, swing and a miss. 94 on the gun. And the 4th punch out for Joseph Jurwa through 3 innings of work. So Binghamton, 1 hit, 2 left on, no runs. To the 4th inning here from Rapido Stadium, from the William Morris Band broadcast booth with Matt Levine, Cam Manna with you. Daniel Nunez, Mets right-hander, on a rehab assignment here in Binghamton, takes the rubber in relief. Channing Austin 2 2/3. Garrett Stratton, he closes out the frame. And now Nunez takes the rubber. Max Green expected to follow. Nunez 6'2", 229. A guy that came up through the Mets system and through here in Binghamton. He knows Rapido Stadium. He'll face 4, 5, 6 in the Baysox order. Frederick Bencosme will step in, first guy that he'll see. 2 stints on the Major League roster in 2025 for Nunez. 1-0 Chesapeake lead. Bencosme singled back in his first AB. Nunez with the clean Nike cleats. First pitch, called strike on the up and inside corner. He underwent his 2nd Tommy John surgery in July of 2025. Hoping to make his way back to the Mets bullpen. 0-1 pitch is chopped foul, first base side.
He was an integral part of the bullpen in 2024 at an ERA just above 2 in over 20 outings for the Mets. Last year, a little bit rockier in terms of the success at the major league level, and then went down with the UCL sprain and had the surgery around the All-Star break. So that's less than a year ago, and he's already back rehabbing to try to get back.
His 0-2 pitch, Bencosme grounds it, first base side. It's into right field for a base hit. Into the corner, off the near side wall. Lucky picks it up, throws into second. It's late and picked up from Villavicencio. Leadoff double for Frederick Bencosme. First few pitches that Nunez throws, and a leadoff base runner for Chesapeake. Year prior to 2024, Nunez split the season between Syracuse and Binghamton in 2023. At just around a 5.5 ERA, 70 strikeouts in 40 games. Here's Griffo Farrell, lined down with his first AB, Orioles number 26 prospect. First pitch to the righty, called strike at the knees. 4 hits for Chesapeake, 2 for Binghamton. Hot Thursday night. Nunez from the stretch, 0-1, swung on and missed. Nice slider that moved away from O'Farrell.
In 2023 with Binghamton alone, Nunez made 11 appearances, 1-0, 2.65 ERA. He had 22 strikeouts, only 3 walks issued, and then he got his first promotion to AAA Syracuse in 23.
Glove at his chest, third base side of the rubber. His 0-2 is clipped back. 2019 with the Mets, COVID in 2020, and then in 2021 was selected by the San Francisco Giants in the Rule 5 draft on December 10th of 2020 into that 2021 season. And then underwent Tommy John surgery for the first time. 0-2 is up and in, count is 1-2. And then was returned to the Mets in November of 2021.
What's crazy is the Giants took him in the big league phase of the Rule 5 draft. He had never thrown a pitch above high A before.
Here's 1-2. It's away on a slider.
Think about the stuff that he's had. He signed in 2016 originally with the Mets. Now through 2 Tommy John recoveries, almost fully back from the second one. And I remember watching him in 2023 and knew instantly he's a big leaguer.
2-2 pitch to O'Farrell is fouled back, up and inside slider from Daniel Nunez. Turned 30 years old on June 5th. He was 29 on opening day. Hard-throwing righty, and that slider has looked good. Runner off second and Ben Cosme, nobody out. 2-2 again, hammered high in the air. Left center field, Perozzo is back, now he's under it in the gap. He'll make the catch sprinting in. Not tagging is Ben Cosme, he faked the sprint, but Perozzo's throw almost went into the Chesapeake dugout. Roselli, the third baseman, sprinted in front of the dugout to just make the grab. That would have been costly. Sigh of relief, and there's one out for Binghamton.
Now batting, left fielder Doug Odo in third.
Nunez will grab a new ball. Here's Doug Hodo. Six-hitter in the Baysox order. Hitting .268, 4 homers, and 15 RBIs. Nunez very heavily on the third base side of the slab. Ben Cosme bouncing around. Nunez does not look. Fastball comes in. It misses. Ben Cosme almost went, trying to time up Nunez's head nod towards second base. Chesapeake on the year. They have swiped 92 bags. Binghamton has stolen 118. And Hodo hammers one down the left field line, but it will hook foul. Hit hard off the bat, and Hodo was just out in front of it. And actually broke his bat. He'll grab a new one third base side. Back to Nunez in that 2024 season. 48 strikeouts in his 35 innings with New York. And he had 3 or more strikeouts in 9 games out of the pen that year. Now, he was battling injury again. That's kind of been the story of his career. 1-1. Hodo chops at third base side, and that injury turned into what would be Tommy John in 2025. Max Green is warming up for Binghamton in their bullpen. He's going to be their lengthy reliever. Channing Austin, his second Double-A start, is his longest, 2 2/3, just 1 earned. Stratton finished off the inning, and Nunez now in the 4th. 1-2 pitch, Hodo swings through a slider. First punch out for Daniel Nunez. And there's 2 down in the 4th.
For Nunez, it's his first game with Binghamton, but 3rd appearance on this rehab assignment. Started it June 25th with St. Lucie. Made 2 outings, 25th and 28th in single A. Most pitches he threw out of those 2 outings was 20. He's at 14 right now.
Here's Tavian Josenberger, shows bunt, puts it down in front of home plate. Parada picks it up in fair territory. Throw to first is in time from KP. He could have let it roll foul, but Parada said, I'm going to take it and throw him out, and he did. 1 hit, no runs, and 1 stranded for the Baysox. And Daniel Nunez on a rehab assignment does not allow a run and strikes out 1 in the 4th inning. We head to bottom 4. It's 1-0 Chesapeake on the WNBF Rumble Ponies Radio Network. He has been dominant. 2 hits allowed, no runs. And here's the 4-hitter, the lefty, Vincent Perozzo. First pitch, Perozzo clips it back and just on the awning. Behind home plate. If that was any lower, that would hit the glass in the press box to our right. Perozzo hitting .222, 18 RBIs, and 6 homers on the year. Zerwa's 0-1 pitch, and Perozzo bites at a slider. Count is 0-2. 4 strikeouts for Zerwa. Left 2 on in the 3rd inning. Binghamton was threatening 1st and 2nd with 2 outs, but Parada struck out. Chesapeake 4 hits, their 1 run, a sacrifice fly in the 1st inning off the bat of De Los Santos. Zerwa's 0-2. Fastballs up and in. Binghamton took game 1 on Tuesday in what was a extravaganza of a game. After the delay that lasted 2 hours and 36 minutes, they won 5-3. Fell 8-4 last night. 1-2, Perozzo clips back in off speed. The Ponies trailed 8-1 last night. The offense did put together 13 hits, but lost the game by 4. Binghamton was 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. That has been the story of the season. Nobody out, nobody on, bottom 4. 1-2, Perozzo clips it back, and above the awning again.
That baseball just redecorated our
Throwback Thursday, Binghamton has the B-Mets tonight.
It's called Alpine.
Royal blue uniforms, orange numbering. No lettering on the front. It's the B-Mets logo in the top left-hand corner. Zerwa, the 6'8 lefty. 1-2, his slider's in the dirt. Chesapeake does a great job. Their affiliate, the Orioles, match their colorway and their road uniforms. Chesapeake, gray tops, gray bottoms, orange lettering and numbering, black caps. Right on brand. 2-2, Perozzo clips it third base side, works a really good AB. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up for Perozzo. Has cooled down of late. He had a big-time stretch. A lot of his homers have come here from Arabido Stadium. Here's that 8th pitch. Fires in on a fastball, misses outside. Count is full. Perozzo, 23 years old, from Venezuela. When Kevin Parada went up to Syracuse, Perozzo stepped up big in this role as Binghamton's second catcher. 3-2, Perozzo gets jammed, third base side, and it's foul. Channing Austin, Binghamton's starter, he struck out Willie Vasquez, the third baseman, on 11 pitches. That came in the second inning. We are going to see a 10th pitch right here. 46 pitches for Joseph Zerwa, a man that will pitch in the Futures All-Star game very, very soon. Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. 3-2, Perozzo chops it first base side, foul ball. And a game-high 11th pitch of an at-bat will happen right here. Zerwa, in his last start through 84 pitches, his last appearance was a week ago against Harrisburg. He was in relief. 3 innings. He had 2 earned runs. He came in relief for Cade Povich, who had a rehab assignment. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Perozzo leading off the bottom of the 4th. Here's the 11th pitch. Perozzo chops it right back at Zerwa. He'll run to his right, flip to De Los Santos for the first down, and he wins the battle. Phenomenal AB, but Perozzo hit a fastball slowly right back at Zerwa, and it brings up Wyatt Young. With Matt Levine, Cam Manna with you from the William Moore Band broadcast booth. Our producer Ben Myers tonight. First home series of the second half for Binghamton, 4th of July weekend. Lefty on lefty matchup. Zerwa hides the ball, throws. His slider misses outside. Tomorrow night, bing, bang, boom. Big time fireworks here from Arabido Stadium. And then July 4th, Saturday, 4 p.m. on SNY. Regional broadcast. Zerwa's 1-0. Slider again off the plate. Young hitting .228, 17 RBIs. Young has been a consistent mainstay in this lineup, playing in his 68th game here tonight. 2-0. Fastball's in there for a strike. Young ranks 3rd on the team with 49 hits and 67 games on the year. 68th tonight, his 457th game with Binghamton. 2-1, and Young lines it foul, third base side. He was late on it and went into the Chesapeake dugout. Everybody okay. Young's also been all throughout this lineup, batting 5th. That's the highest he's gone this year. 1 out, nobody on. Chesapeake leads 1-0. here in bottom 4. Zerwa's 53rd pitch, the 2-2. Young grounds it foul, just fouled on the third base line. Zerwa, the Orioles' number 12 prospect, a 2.78 ERA on the year. His 6th start in Double-A, has a 2-1 record. Young's 0 for 1, had a loud line out in the 2nd inning. 2-2, Young goes fishing at a changeup for strike 3. 5th punch out for Zerwa, and there's 2 outs in the 4th. Two hits tonight for Binghamton. They have put 3 on base. Zerwa looking for his second 1-2-3, has to get through the center fielder and Jalen Palmer. Palmer struck out in the 2nd. It was Zerwa's 3rd punch out. First pitch, fastball in there for a strike. Palmer was busy early on in the field. In the 1st inning, 3 baseballs came his way, a double, a fly out, and a line out. And then saw a put out in the 2nd inning as well. Zerwa throws, slider is low and in. Over his last 2 Double-A starts, has gone at least 5 innings. And over his last 5, 4 of them, he's gone at least 5. 1-1, Palmer gets jammed and fouls it back. Count is 1-2. Zerwa has worked all his pitches. That slider cuts in on righties. Fastball's not overpowering from a miles per hour standpoint, but when you're 6'8", it does a lot to a hitter. Zerwa sets 1-2 with 2 down. The pitch, fastball, misses up and in. Zerwa works from the stretch as a starter with nobody on. Third base side of the rubber, that front foot is completely closed off. You can see the number 32 from behind home plate. 2-2 breaking ball, wave and a miss. Palmer out in front. Nasty slider and the 6th punch out for Zerwa, back-to-back to end the 4th. A 1-2-3, and Chesapeake holds on to a 1-0 lead after 4 here on the WNBF. Rumble Ponies.
It's a William Orban Insurance pitching change as we head into the top of the 5th inning. Dedniel Nunez goes an inning, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout, 15 pitches and 12 strikes. And now Max Green throws his first pitch, and that is a little bit outside for ball 1. Max Green, the new arm, after Nunez, the Mets righty reliever, made his 3rd rehab appearance, first with Binghamton. 1-0 pitch, inside, missed on Vasquez. It's 2-0. And Nunez looked very good. Was up to 95, 96 with his fastball. He can throw harder than that, so that's what the Mets are looking to get him to do as he continues this rehab assignment. That pitch is laced in the air to left field. Long run, Perozzo gets to the track, leaps up, makes the catch, and then jumps into the wall to brace himself. Perozzo running towards the foul pole to his right, runs it down on what looked like it was a double off the bat. It's a line out to the left fielder who jumps to make the grab. And that is a primary catcher playing left field. So there's 1 out from Green. And now Peguero, then Estrada at the top of the order. So Nunez again, his line, an inning, no runs, 1 hit, no walks, 1 strikeout. 15 pitches, 12 strikes. Green deals, Peguero bunts it right back to the pitcher. Green fields, throws high. LaRusso does hold the bag though, and that out is completed. 1-3, and that is the 2nd time that Chesapeake has bunted for an out, trying to bunt for a hit. Josenberger ended the 4th when he tried to bump for a hit, and Parada fielded it and made the 2-3 put out. This was a 1-3 bunt put out. Aaron Estrada bats now at the top of the order. Switch hitter batting right-handed. He's 2 for 2. First pitch is fouled off, and the count goes to 0-1. Estrada doubled and scored in the 1st and singled in the 3rd inning. It's 1-0 Chesapeake, top of the 5th inning. 0-1. There's a check swing, down and in. He did not go. Green is 30 years old. Turned 30 when he came to Binghamton. From Rolling Hills Estate, California, out of Pepperdine. The 1-1. Chopped, third base side. Roselli charges. Fields on the grass. Running throw is high and offline. It goes in and out of LaRusso's glove. Parada there to back it up, and Estrada beats it out. So Estrada safe at first. We'll see if that's his third hit of the game, and it is. Tough play for Roselli, who had to charge. Get it out of his glove, make that running throw, and it was a little bit offline. So it is an infield hit, and Estrada is 3 for 3.
Catcher, Ethan Anderson.
2-out hit. Anderson bats now. He's 0 for 2 with 2 punch-outs. Green this season for Binghamton, since signing with the Mets, it's his 9th appearance. He's had 4 starts. He's 0-0 and a 4.13 ERA. First pitch to the righty, Anderson. Belted in the air to deep center field. Now shallow, though. Palmer charges in, makes the catch. Or under it, now makes the catch. Side retired. So Green gives up a 2-out infield hit, but nothing doing. 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. We're halfway through. And the Rumble Ponies trail the Baysox 1-0 on the WNBF Rumble Ponies Radio Network. Has allowed 2 hits and 1 walk. Binghamton trails Chesapeake 1-0. Jerwa's 2 hits allowed, or Parada's double, and Nick Lucky's single. There has not been a runner for Binghamton that has reached third base yet. Bottom third of the order, Villavicencio, Lucky, and Roselli all due up. Villavicencio's 0 for 1, flied out to right his first time. 6'8" lefty Jerwa sets and deals out of the stretch. First pitch is inside on the corner, a strike on a changeup. It's 0-1. The Orioles' second-round pick last year out of Michigan State. He was the Big Ten Pitcher of the Year in 2025. Tore through High A Frederick. The 0-1. Line foul, and it's now 0-2. Jerwa started the year in High A Frederick. 8 starts, he went 5-1 at 2.21 ERA, had 50 strikeouts in 40 2/3 innings, just 10 walks. Hitters hit 160 against him. 0-2 coming from the lefty. That's grounded foul, third base side, still 0-2. 8th outing with Chesapeake and 6th start. In real time, he has lowered his ERA with 4 scoreless to 2.50 at AA now. And has struck out half of the batters that he's retired tonight. Max Green had an 8-pitch inning in his first inning of work, top of the 5th. We're in the bottom of the 5th, no outs. Ponies down by 1. 0-2. Inside corner, strike 3 called on a fastball. That is 7 out of 13 outs now for Jerwa that have been recorded via the strikeout. 5 of them with the fastball. That's 3 straight hitters that have gone down on strikes. And with 1 out in the 5th, Nick Lucky comes up.
He is mowing right now.
He's the real deal.
Yeah.
At that size, too. If you can command at that size. First pitch. Lucky grounds it softly right side. Second baseman over. Ben Cosme has it. 2 feet on the right field grass, makes the throw. That's in time. Moving to his left. And Lucky is retired for the 2nd out.
We've seen a lot of good arms this year with high prospect ranks, but from what I've seen tonight, Jerwa is at likely the very top of what we've seen this year for opponents.
I'll tell you, the most dominant pitcher, starter, that I've seen now in 4 seasons was with the Red Sox. See if you can guess who it is. Here's Nick Roselli. First pitch, swung on and missed. 0-1. Still in the Red Sox organization. Not going to tell you whether he's in the minors or the majors. Yes, go to your whatever that is. I'm not even going to say what it is. It was here at Mirabito Stadium last year with Portland.
Connolly early.
No. Close. Left-handed. The 0-1. And Roselli takes low on a slider, or on a sweeper rather, and it's 1-1. He lined out to left field his first time. He's 0 for 1.
Left-handed.
Big dude.
And he was a prospect.
He was a prospect. Now he's in the major leagues with the Red Sox. 1-1 pitch from Jerwa. Lofted foul behind the plate, off the awning, and back into the seats. It's 1-2 on Roselli. You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Peyton Tolley.
Peyton Tolley, okay, wow.
Dominance. I forget what the exact line was. I'll look it up in the commercial break, but oof. Just power arm, the extension that he gets. Here's the 1-2 coming. Just low on the changeup. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Let's see if we can get this in before the commercial break. Tolley 6'6", 250, was a second-round pick out of TCU. The 2-2 to Roselli. Outside, it's 3-2. We're getting help. 9 strikeouts over 5 innings for Tolley. Just allowed 1 hit. 1 run, 2 walks, but 9 Ks over 5. So 9 out of the 15 outs were strikeouts. 3-2. It's outside, ball 4. Second walk issued by Jerwa, who has 7 strikeouts over 4 2/3. But Nick Roselli draws a 2-out walk and flips the lineup card back over to the top. And Chris Suero, but I think that's going to be it. Yep. Jerwa will not face the lineup for a 3rd time. Roberto Mercado comes out to take the ball from him, and not in line for a decision anymore either. Up 1-0, 4 2/3 innings. He will hand the ball off to the manager, and Jerwa comes out after throwing 70 pitches tonight. But pure dominance. 2 hits, 2 walks, 7 punch-outs. Over 13 outs recorded. Chris Suero's coming up with a runner on first, down by a run. And this pitching change in the 5th inning for Chesapeake is brought to you by William Orban Insurance.
Attention fans, now pitching for the Baysox, number 51, Alex Pham.
Pitching change brought to you by William Orban Insurance. Joseph Jerwa is done after 70 pitches, 4 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks, 7 Ks. Responsible for Nick Roselli on first. 2 outs in the 5th. Chris Suero coming up. The Rumble Ponies down by a run, and the righty Alex Pham is on out of the pen. 26 years old. First pitch, Suero jams it in the air softly, right field. This might dunk in. No, the right fielder Peguero sprints in and gets there to make the catch. And hung up longer than I initially thought, and Suero flies out to the right fielder. Roselli a 2-out walk, and then Pham comes in, and Suero very aggressive again, swings at the first pitch, but is retired. We're through 5 in Binghamton, and it's 1-0 Chesapeake on top on the WNBF Rumble Ponies Radio Network.
It's Max Green back to the rubber. Top of the 6th inning here from Rapido Stadium, a 1-0 Chesapeake lead. Anderson De Los Santos is the batter. He had to run into the dugout, and he just grabbed a new bat. Didn't look like he broke it or anything during his warm-up swings, but comes back out of the dugout, and he'll walk into the right-hander's batter's box. Green, his 2nd inning of work, bold reliever here tonight, and the expectation is Green could finish this game. Lefty on righty, and Green fires. First pitch fastball misses upstairs. 5 hits for Chesapeake, 2 for Binghamton here tonight. We have moved quickly on a hot Thursday evening. Green rocks and goes on the 1-0. Breaking ball is inside, count 2-0. Green will pitch with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of swagger. Last outing against Erie a week ago, 5 innings, 3 earned, 2-0. Misses in, count 3-0. But it was about to be 5 innings scoreless. Green had 4 2/3, no runs. His 3-0 in there for a strike, and then allowed a 3-run shot at Erie. That's how his outing ended at 70 pitches. Through 75, his appearance prior, 5 2/3. That was a start here from Rapido Stadium. 3-1, chopper at the third baseman Roselli, gloves at his hip, throws to first. It's in time for the first down. And those 5 2/3 innings for Green on the 20th against New Hampshire, that was a minor league career high for Green. not been a major strikeout arm. 4 strikeouts against Erie, 2 against New Hampshire, and then 1 in 3 1/3 innings pitched against Somerset. But when he keeps the ball on the ground, works super quick with a lot of poise. Here's Frederick Bencosme, the lefty. His first pitch to him is low. Count 1-0. Bencosme's 2 for 2. Singled in the first, doubled back in the fourth. He led off the fourth, did not score. Green's 1-0 is up and in. Almost hit Bencosme. Daniel Nunez on a rehab assignment. Mets right-hander through an inning. And Green now takes over his second inning of work. 2-0 pitch in the attic. Bencosme hitting .260, 10 homers and 36 RBIs. From the Dominican Republic, 3-0 pitch. He had the take sign, bat was on his shoulder, count 3-1. On the last homestand against Harrisburg, he matched 2 homers, had 3 RBIs. 3-1 pitch in the zone on the heater, 93 from Green, and he works it back. It's 3-2. Green just shrugged his shoulders twice. He's not wearing sleeves tonight. Makes sense if it's 95 degrees. Channing Austin, the starter, he was wearing sleeves. Green rocks and goes. The 3-2 is lined to right and down for a base hit. 6th hit of the night for Chesapeake, and Frederick Bencosme is 3 for 3. Bencosme entered this game 0 for 2 in the series. He has 3 hits tonight, and it brings up Griff O'Farrell. Binghamton offense has not been able to muster anything together. Joseph Giroux was dominant over 4 2/3 innings pitched. 7 strikeouts, 2 hits, no runs, and 2 walks is his final line. O'Farrell, the righty, he fouls off the first pitch into the glove of Parada. Count is 0-1. O'Farrell 0 for 2 tonight. He's the Orioles' number 26 prospect. First-round pick out of UVA in 2024. Pops up the 0-1, foul, first base side.
That's a JKS Home Improvement foul ball. Visit JKS Home Improvement.
Max Drain wears the green glove. 30 years old is Green. Signed with the Mets back on May 15th. From the stretch, 0-2 breaking ball is through the left side of base hit. Past Roselli. Picked up from Perozzo. He'll gun it in. And Bencosme stops at second. O'Farrell a single. And it's first and second with 1 down. A lot of Lancaster Stormers connections. Nick Lucky, who joined the team just 2 weeks ago, was hitting .348 for Lancaster in 48 games. Max Green pitched with them a season ago in the Atlantic League. He made 12 starts in 79 innings. And Green was pitching in the Mexican League before being signed in May. Here's Doug Hodo, the righty. First pitch is low on a changeup. Bencosme off second, O'Farrell off first. 1-0 Chesapeake here in top 6. Roselli, the third baseman, is in. He's watching the bunt, and now he's backpedaling. Back normal depth. 1-0, Hodo skies it. Down the left field line, foul territory, and out of play. Hodo is 0 for 2. 265 hitter, 15 RBIs. Played his baseball at the University of Texas, Austin. His dad was a 1983 College World Series champ for the Longhorns. Green's 1-1. Called strike, changeup that just hung at the Chesapeake letters. Lights on here from Rapido Stadium. Beautiful sunset. Clouds in right center field in the distance with the mountains. A little bit of orange and blue. For the B-Mets. 1-2, wave and a miss. Green dials up the fastball for his first punch out. 94 on the radar gun. And there's 2 down. Every Thursday, Binghamton, they go from the Rumble Ponies to their former franchise name, the Binghamton Mets. Tavian Josenberger, big RBI chance. Chesapeake looks for insurance. The lefty steps in. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Green tosses the first pitch. It's a slider outside. Count is 1-0. Josenberger actually hits better against lefties. 295 hitter against lefties. 183 against righties. You rarely see that. But has 5 homers off righties, 1 off lefties. 1-0. Fastball darts in for a strike. So you're a 183 hitter against righties. You have 5 bombs. You're a 295 hitter against lefties. You have 1 homer. Yes, less at-bats, but it's a very, very interesting stat. Green's 1-1. It tails away. Parada blocks it. Kevin Parada wearing a Stars and Stripes catcher's gear tonight. 2 days from July 4th, 250th birthday for the United States of America. Green's 2-1, skied behind home plate. Parada takes the mask off, and he'll watch it out of play. Green had an even 30 pitches, looking to get through 2. And again, he could likely finish this game. He will definitely get the 7th inning. We'll see how Michael Collins and Matt Carasetti want to play this. Ponies offense hoping to wake up. O'Farrell off first, Benkosme off second. Green's 2-2. Swing and a miss. Slider tails away, and Green's got back-to-back punch-outs to end the top of the 6th inning. We head to bottom 6. Binghamton trails Chesapeake 1-0 on the WNBF Rumble Ponies Radio Network. Nick LaRusso steps in for Binghamton, hoping to change things with 1 swing. A team lead 14 bombs. Chesapeake 1, Binghamton 0. And Alex Pham, the right-hander, his first full inning of work. First pitch, fastball is up and in to Nicky Lowe. Max Green comes in, 2 innings of work for Binghamton. Punched out 2 to end the top half of the 6th inning. Pham from the stretch, 1-0. Fastball darts in for a strike. Pham, the 26-year-old right-hander, very over the top. Probably as over the top delivery you can have. Holds a 2.03 ERA. LaRusso, he's 0 for 1. Walked back in the 3rd. That was off Giroux. 1-1. LaRusso, hard ground ball right at Benkosme at second. Throws to first. It's in time for the first down. 105 off the bat from LaRusso. Cannot hit it much harder. Kevin Parada, Vincent Perozzo to follow. 2-3-4 for Binghamton. KP doubled in his first AB, and then he had a big chance for Binghamton. They had an opportunity with 2 runners on in the 3rd inning, but Parada struck out. First pitch to KP is fouled back. 24 games in Syracuse, recalled back to Binghamton. Hitting 183 in AA with 7 RBIs. Hit 301 in AAA. Pham tosses, fastballs in the attic. So Giroux's final line, 7 strikeouts over 4 2/3 innings scoreless. He was mowing down Binghamton hitters, and we were impressed up here in the booth. Pham's 1-1. Parada strokes to center, but shallow, and Josenberger comes in and makes the catch by his right kneecap. That one was on a downward spin, and there's 2 down. This is a game for Binghamton. Channing Austin is working back from injury. He's going to have a short start, 2 2/3, 1 run. The bullpen's been great. Max Green's coming in bulk. Just the offense tonight has not woken up. 2 hits, no runs. First pitch to Perozzo. Called strike at the belt. Perozzo's 0 for 2. Grounded out on a 11-pitch AB between him and Giroux back in the 4th. Here's the 0-1. Fastball right down the middle. Count is 0-2. Pham, 9 pitches. His first full inning of work out of the bullpen. Looking for a 1-2-3. And hold this at a 1-0 game after 6. His 0-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 96, blows it past Perozzo for his first punch out. And it ends the 6th. No hits, no runs.
Top of the 7th inning, leading off for Chesapeake, the third baseman, number 6, Willie Vasquez.
Into the top of the 7th inning, Max Green back on the hill. Allowed 2 hits in the 6th, but no runs so far, over 2 scoreless, and struck out the final 2 in the 6th inning. Ponies are down 1-0. Green's first pitch to the righty Willie Vasquez is low and away for ball 1. Well, Chesapeake scored in the first inning, and there's been no runs outside of that. Aaron Estrada hit a leadoff double on the first pitch. 2 batters later, as Green deals a high fastball, swung on and missed, 1-1. 2 batters later, De Los Santos hit a sac fly that scored Estrada. It's 1-0 and has been ever since. Binghamton only has 2 hits. Chesapeake has 7, but has scored 1. The 1-1 from Green, inside corner strike on a slider. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Out of town scores, we'll give it to you here in the top of the 7th. Mets are off tonight as they open up a series this weekend, tomorrow night, in Atlanta against the Braves. July 4th weekend at Truist Park. Take you through the Mets affiliates. AAA Syracuse hosting AAA Worcester, down 3-2, middle of 5. Jorge Polanco hit a home run in his rehab assignment. 1-2 is inside on a curveball, and the count is 2-2. Brooklyn trailing Frederick 3-0 in the top of the 3rd in Maryland. And St. Lucie on top of Tampa, end of 5. It's 5-4. Green deals the pitch, and that just missed outside. Green thought he had strike 3. Certainly had a case for it. And I think if there was the ABS system, maybe Parada taps the helmet that time. But it's 3-2 now on Vasquez. Green's pitch is outside the whole way, ball 4. So Green walks the leadoff man, Willie Vasquez. It's the first walk issued over 2+ innings. And it brings up Fernando Peguero and then Aaron Estrada to follow. Peguero, the 9 batter, is 0 for 2. Tried to bump for a hit his last time and bunted right into an out. That was the 2nd batter Green faced. Channing Austin started, allowed 1 run over 2 2/3 with 3 strikeouts, no walks in his 2nd Double-A start. First pitch, bunt shown, and popped up the bunt behind the plate into the seats. Foul, and the fan makes a nice grab. But he's wearing a Yankees shirt, so it does not count. Wearing a Volpe Torpedo bat shirt, the Volpedo. But he has a Mets hat on. Wait. We got to show this guy again. As that pitch is a bunt shown, pulled back, and he takes it outside, ball 1. It's 1-1. He's wearing a Mets hat and a Yankees shirt. Who is he, Nick Roselli? Roselli told us yesterday, grew up rooting for both New York teams. All right, 1-1 pitch. Bunted right back to the pitcher. Could be 2. Green throws to second, 1. And the throw to first from Villavicencio just late. 1-6 on the fielder's choice, though, and that's the 2nd time that Peguero has bunted into an out tonight.
Green looks a lot more poised and, should I say, calm tonight. Now, usually the way that Green pitches, it's a lot of enthusiasm and swagger. Here is that play.
Mets hat, Anthony Volpe shirt. Can't have that. First pitch to Aaron Estrada is a called strike. It's 0-1. What's your take on it, Cam? Can you root for both New York teams?
No.
1-0 pitch coming. Inside, missed. 2 balls, no strikes. Estrada's 3 for 3.
Can you be a Nets fan and root for the Knicks? Yeah.
But that's even worse because they're in the same conference in the same division.
Yeah, there's not really divisions in basketball. The conference, yeah.
2-0 pitch, swung on and missed. It's 2-1. Like, you can't root for the Rangers and Islanders. They play in the same division.
But like a Nets fan that's, like during the playoff run could root for the Knicks. You wouldn't see a Yankee fan during the playoffs root for the Mets.
Well, the only reason why that is because the Nets have been very irrelevant as a franchise recently. 1-2. Green has him picked off, though. Throw to first. LaRusso's throw to second. Young makes the tag, but it's late. We saw that happen in the last outing for Green. Peguero steals the bag and was running on first move, and the play just did not develop fast enough for them to get the out. Had him picked off, but he was running the whole way, and then LaRusso's throw was just not in time. 1-2, 1 out on Estrada with runner at second. And Green has him picked off at second, but he's safe. Good try. Peguero dives back in safely, though. Like, I can't imagine having a Jose Reyes shirt on with a Yankees hat. 1-2. Right there, strike three called on his curveball in the outside corner for the second out of the inning. Third strikeout for Green. Or wearing a Derek Jeter shirt with a Mets hat. It just doesn't make sense.
Now, if you're a casual fan and you're not really rooting for one team, there's people that would, you know, say, oh, it's New York baseball, maybe go to both games, root for the teams if they're in the playoffs.
First pitch to Anderson, he jams it foul.
But you will never meet a diehard Yankee fan and them just rooting hard for the Mets. It just wouldn't happen.
No. No balls, a strike on Anderson, who's 0 for 3. Green ready, kicks and deals. Missed outside on a changeup, and it's 1-1. It's a 1-0 Baysox lead. Peguero's at second with 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. And the lefty comes home. Swung on and missed on the curveball, down and in. It's 1-2. Game 3 of a 6-game set. This weekend should be fun. July 3rd tomorrow. Ponies will celebrate with fireworks. Bing Bang Boom, largest fireworks show presented by Miller Auto Team this year. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball bounced in. Got by Parada. He can't find it. It's behind him. And it goes well behind him that Peguero's going to come around third and score. It went to the warning track behind home plate. Peguero advanced to third on the wild pitch, and Parada never saw it, and nobody told him where it was. He kept looking for the baseball, and it was way behind him, and Peguero never broke stride and kept on going and ended up scoring from second base. It's a 2-base wild pitch. And it's 2-0 Baysox now.
That is unacceptable all around, not just from Parada, but the lack of communication from the infield and the Binghamton dugout first base side.
2-2 pitch. Ripped into left center field. Okay, the run would have scored anyway, as that's down for a hit. Palmer cuts it off from the gap, and Anderson has a 2-out single.
But in that spot, there's just in no world that can happen, especially because of how talented Kevin Parada is and how smart this baseball team can be. There's no way a runner on second with the lack of communication there. And yes, Parada can't find the baseball. Should he have found it? Yes, but there needs to be the corner infielders should be sprinting in and screaming, including the Binghamton dugout.
100% less on Parada in that situation. If you can't find it, you can't find it. You're taking the mask off, trying to block it all at the same time. Your helmet and your mask have come off. Those are 2 objects in the way that you're looking for the baseball. He's the only player on the field that can't see it. Everyone else on the field or in the dugout knows where the ball bounced. He's probably the only player in the stadium that doesn't know where it is because his back is to it. First pitch to De Los Santos is up high for ball 1. Now, whether there was words from the dugout or not, we can't hear it, but there has to be something that's definitive enough for him to find it. 1-0 is inside. It's 2-0 on Green, from Green to De Los Santos. And Green was running towards it, but not with any type of urgency. Not enough, at least, because it allowed a 2-base advancement. 2-0, swung on and missed on a changeup. 2-1.
But your corner infielders there need to be sprinting in, and you know that one base makes sense, the idea of rounding third, but swinging from second to home on a baseball that is 5 to 8 feet from Parada.
Green is set. Runner at first. 2 outs. And the 2-1. Bunt placed down third baseline, bouncing on the line, and it's fielded by Roselli in foul territory. 2-2. So 2-0 Chesapeake, a run in the first and a run here in the 7th. That is a rare misplay. 2-2. Swung on it, missed, strike 3 on a changeup. Inning over. So Green strikes out 2, a hit, and 1 left. 1 run comes home. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Time to stretch. Rumble Ponies down 2-0 on the WNBF Rumble Ponies Radio Network. From Pham, Young rips it in the air to right field. Peguero races to his left and makes the catch. Young has done that twice now, and Peguero has caught it both times. He's lined out to right, and he's 0 for 3. 1 out, bottom 7 on the first pitch. Young did that in the second on the first pitch, lined out to right hard. So Jalen Palmer comes up. He's 0 for 2, has punched out twice. Alex Pham has gone 2 1/3 now, hitless. First pitch, called strike on Palmer. It's 0-1. Binghamton has just 2 hits tonight and trails 2-0 to the Baysox at home. Lights are on. Sun starting to set. The 0-1. Palmer takes a strike inside corner on a cutter, and it's 0-2. Interesting how Binghamton had 13 hits last night. 2 tonight. They just have not been able to string it together over a course of several days. 0-2. Check swing. Palmer did not go, and the pitch goes to the backstop. So it's a ball and 2 strikes. Chesapeake just scored its 2nd run of the game in the top of this inning. Peguero was on second base and scored all the way from second on 1 wild pitch. 1-2 coming. It's high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Joseph Jurwa started for Chesapeake, 4 2/3 scoreless with 7 strikeouts. 2 hits, 2 walks allowed. 2-2 coming to Palmer. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. 3 balls, 2 strikes on a fastball missing high. A hot night in Binghamton. Hot week around the country. And the 3-2 coming is on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Fastball paints the black. 2nd strikeout for Pham. And there's 2 up, 2 down here in the 7th. 6 in a row retired by Pham, who has struck out 2. He has struck out all 6. Or excuse me, retired all 6 that he has faced now through 2 innings. Here's Villavicencio. First pitch, swung on and missed on a cutter, and it is 0-1. Villavicencio's 0 for 2. The only 2 Binghamton hits are Parada's double and Lucky's single in the 1st and 3rd innings. Pham deals the 0-1. Low on a cutter, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Starting to sweat now, Cam? Because I am.
A little bit.
Yeah. Miserable conditions. 1-1. Villavicencio pops up, foul, right side. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
But I never want a fan to say, oh, these guys are, complaining about this. The players are playing hard. We're not taking anything away from that by saying that we are hot. Now, what I will say is these conditions in here are about 85, 90 degrees.
1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 on a curve. Pham strikes out back-to-back, and the inning comes to a close. He's retired all 7 that he has faced.
Treatment-resistant depression, including transcranial magnetic stimulation and esketamine.
Max Green is back out to pitch the top of the 8th. First pitch to Frederick Bencosme is a strike, 0-1. The Rumble Ponies trail the Baysox by a score of 2-0. Top 8 getting out hit 8-2. Bencosme, O'Farrell, and Hodo the third due up, 4, 5, 6 in the order. Against Max Green, who's gone 3 innings and allowed a run so far. The 0-1 is low on a slider, and it's 1-1. Mid to upper 90s here in Binghamton today. Hottest day of the season in this part of the country. 1-1. Wave and a miss at a curveball. Count goes to 1-2. One-two pitch. It's just outside, and it's 2-2. 2-2 coming. Lined into the netting. Foul. Still 2-2 on Bencosme. He's 3 for 3. 2 doubles and a single. As we brave the elements inside this broadcast booth. 2-2. Grounded foul. First base side. Still 2-2 on Bencosme.
Like, this is, you know, and Matt and I have gone to the Pump House before, a sponsor of the Rumble Ponies, and we've sat in the steam room and the sauna. It feels like we're in a sauna right now.
Yep, 2-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 on a curve. Green picks up his 5th strikeout over 3 1/3 innings. And there's 1 out in the 8th. Ponies down 2, and Griff O'Farrell coming up. He's 1 for 3. No, this is totally, I mean, you're walking into a room, and our booth is probably what, 7 by 7?
Maybe
7 by 5? No, 7 by 6 maybe. First pitch is swung on and missed. It's 0-1. I mean, I could probably touch side to side from each wall, but from the window to the behind us, I can't. So that's probably 7 feet, maybe 8. 0-1. Swung on and missed. Count goes to 0-2.
Thankfully, Matt and I both care about our hygiene, so we.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, that one of us just smelled terrible.
Oh my goodness.
Ugh.
What a disaster that would be. So, because we're in such a small space, you walk in here and you just kind of get hit by the heat. It just doesn't escape. 0-2 is blocked by Parada in the dirt. 1-2.
And
so
truly a shout out to everybody else in the press box, not just Matt and I, but everybody that is behind us right now. These are warriors.
And this water is unreal. 1-2 pitch. It's up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The whole press box staff. Official scorer Tank Anderson has a fan legitimately right in his face tonight. 2-2. Grounded foul.
He has a cold towel as well. He's doing it right. He has a cold towel.
We have cold towels. We have fans. Unreal. I need a cold towel. 2-2 coming. Inside, missed on a breaking pitch. Slider. Full count now on O'Farrell. So you're basically sitting in a room that's just heat. 3-2 coming. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Slider that time inside, handcuffed him. Max Green has 6 strikeouts over 3 2/3 innings. He has struck out 3 straight, and it brings up Doug Hodo.
Left fielder, number 5, Doug Hodo, the third.
Green is rolling right now. Hodo's 0 for 3, has punched out twice. First pitch to Doug Hodo. Inside, missed, and it's 1-0. Great to catch up with Doug Hodo today on the field. He's walking in from the batting tunnel. The team that I broadcasted for in the Cape Cod Baseball League 5 years ago, he was on it. 1-0 as he laces it foul down the left field line off the netting. 1-1. Have not seen each other since that time period in 2021. So good to catch up and reminisce on those memories. And we both agreed. And Cam, I'm sure you feel the same way, although yours was, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2024.
The memories feel like yesterday, but also a decade ago. 1-1, it's grounded foul, third base side. It's 1-2 on Hodo.
Nick Roselli was with Bourne my second summer. So 2024, Roselli was there for a couple of games and then was drafted.
1-2 pitch, lined into the net, foul, third base side, or first base side. Still 1-2. Green looking to strike out the side here in the 8th, down 2-0. A lot of good people in this game of baseball. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Curveball got him. Hodo goes down, and Max Green lights out, strikes out the side in the 8th, and has 7 strikeouts over 4 innings out of the bullpen. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Ponies trailing by 2 runs on the WNBF Rumble Ponies Radio Network. 2 1/3 perfect. 7 up, 7 down, 3 strikeouts. And now Gouache deals. First pitch to Nick Lucky's a strike, 0-1.
Bottom 8, Ponies down 2-0. And Gouache, the 6'4", 28-year-old from Cuba,
Signed with the Orioles before last season,
is on the mound.
and deals. Grounded, foul, left side. It's 0-2. Gouache is making his Double-A Chesapeake debut, though he spent 28 games and all season with Erie last year in the Tigers system. Had a 2.74 ERA for the Eastern League runner-ups. The 0-2. Lucky chops it first base side, fair. And De Los Santos gloves it and takes it to the bag himself for the first out in the 8th. And there's 1 away. Gouache was also with Harrisburg in 2024 and 2023 and 2022. So he was with the Nationals, the Tigers, and now the Orioles, all in the Eastern League. Nick Roselli steps in, and a pitch timer violation given to the batter.
Umpires called a pitch clock violation against the batter.
So Roselli will be given a strike. It's 0-1. Rachel Folden is screaming at the home plate umpire, Brooks Pritchett. Hitting coach for Binghamton, is having a lot to say to back up her players. Michael Collins, the manager, is the third base coach, saying something as well. It's 0-1 before a pitch is thrown. 0-1 pitch. And it's chopped right side, right at the first baseman again. De Los Santos fields, underhand toss to the pitcher covering. And that is in time to Gouache, 3-1. So Roselli grounds out after being given a pitch timer violation.
Number 11, Chris Sparrow.
He's a fiery player. 2 up, 2 down in the 8th. Ponies down to their final 4 outs, trailing by 2. But the big bopper's coming up. Chris Suero 0 for 3 tonight. Has swung at the first pitch twice. Gouache deals first pitch. Suero takes the breaking ball inside for ball 1. LaRusso on deck if it gets there. Gouache's Double-A Chesapeake debut. He was with High A Frederick to begin the year. And in rookie ball, his rehab outings. Pitch is high and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Was on the 60-day IL to begin the season. Made 3 outings with Frederick. 3 2/3 innings, 6 strikeouts in rehab. 2-0 pitch coming. Suero grounds it hard to short. Backhanded by O'Farrell. Shuffles and throws to first, high and offline, and Suero ducks under the tag. And De Los Santos did not get the tag on him. It's an infield hit for Chris Suero. Just have to confirm that that's how it's going to be scored, but a runner for Binghamton, and now the tying run coming up in LaRusso. Nick LaRusso has 14 home runs. Homered yesterday, leads the team in bombs, and could tie the game with one right now. 2 outs in the 8th, down 2-0. First pitch takes a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. They give it E6 to O'Farrell. And Suero reaches on an error, so he's 0 for 4. Suero on, 2 outs, 0-1 pitch. Inside corner, called a strike on a breaking pitch. And it's 0-2 on LaRusso. LaRusso calls time. Ponies down 2-0, only have 2 hits tonight. 1 out, or 2 outs in the 8th. And the pitch. Inside. That missed. 1-2. Lost yesterday 8-4 after winning the series opener 5-3. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Nick LaRusso, runner at first. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. It rolls past the catcher Anderson to the sidewall, first base side. He picks it up, throws, sails it into right field. Suero going from second to third, gets there safely. Throw behind third base, and it's high, but it's caught by Vasquez. So Suero advanced to second on the dirt ball read, got to third on the bad throw from the catcher, and LaRusso reaches on the drop third strike and an E3. Anderson is now hurt. He is being checked on by the manager, Roberto Mercado,
And the trainer, Jesse Lacey.
I did not see what happened to him. The catcher is hurt right now. And they're getting him some water. There was a drop third strike. LaRusso reached safely. Catcher threw it away, and that allowed Suero to get to third. Hopefully Anderson can remain in this game. Adam Retzbach, a catcher, was transferred up to AAA Norfolk today. And Kevin Parada's coming up with a chance to do damage to give Binghamton a chance here, down 2-0 with only 2 hits tonight. In the 8th with 2 outs. Anderson still being looked at. He is standing to the left of home plate.
Not sure if something directly got in his eye. Because right now it seems like they're keeping an eye on definitely everything above the neck.
Maybe the pitch bounced and hit him in that area.
He wears the 2-piece mask, so that exposes the chin just
A little bit.
Getting another look at it. Oh yeah, bounced and hit him in the neck.
The pitch.
So the wild pitch went off of his neck.
Now they're going to have a mound visit with Mercado and the pitcher and catcher.
Smart for Mercado here to get a mound visit out of this. This is a good spot for one. And Gouache could be out of this inning right now. Just 2 bounces that did not rule the way of Chesapeake, and Binghamton, crucial time to convert here. And what a time for Kevin Parada. In his 2nd game back, this is his 3rd chance in a crucial spot with runners on base.
So Suero reached on an E6 throwing error, and he's now at third because of an E3 throwing error. And LaRusso reached on a drop third strike. Anderson gets back to the squat. Some warm-up pitches for Gouache, with Parada standing to the left. 2 outs in the 8th. Ponies trailing 2-0 with just 2 hits tonight. Parada hit 1 home run with AAA Syracuse in just over 20 games. Has not homered at AA this season. Has 7 runs batted in with Binghamton. His 31st AA game of the year. First and third, 2 outs. Gouache sets. First pitch. Parada chases a fastball low and away for ball 1, or strike 1, I should say. 0-1. Bottom 8, 2 outs, 2 on, down 2. Here comes the pitch. Down and away. Good stop by Anderson. And it's 1-1 on Kevin Parada. Suero's at third. LaRusso at first. 2 errors in the frame and no hits. 1-1 on Parada. Here's the pitch. Low and outside on a fastball. And the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Parada doubled down the left field line his first time. He's 1 for 3. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Parada lofts it into left center field. That is down for a base hit. Suero scores from third. LaRusso stops at second. In left center, Hodo fires back in. It's an RBI single for Kevin Parada. He's 2 hits tonight, and the Rumble Ponies get their first run of the game with 2 outs in the 8th. As they still trail by a run, it's 2-1. He found grass and comes through. 8th AA RBI this season. So LaRusso's at second, Parada's at first for Vincent Perozzo. Here's the pitch, double steal. Pitch is outside, throw to second is high, and Parada's back in there safely, sliding feet first with a stolen base. LaRusso steals third. Parada steals second. For LaRusso, it's his 6th. Parada's 5th. And now second and third and 2 outs and an 0-1 count on Perozzo. A 1 coming. It's outside and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike.
Spot does not get any better than this here for Perozzo.
One. Outside, 2-1 on Perozzo with first base open. LaRusso is the tying run at third, and the go-ahead run potentially. He's at second in Parada. Perozzo 0 for 3 tonight. 2 balls, 1 strike to the lefty. Gouache deals, and Perozzo slams it deep in the air to right field, way back. Peguero's at the track, at the wall. It's out of here! Out of here! A go-ahead 3-run homer. Vincent Perozzo powers it to right field. Binghamton flips the script and goes on top 4-2 with 2 outs in the 8th. Perozzo got all of it, cleared the batting facility. His 7th AA home run, and now 21 RBIs at this level for Perozzo. What a way to break out of a small slump. Vincent Perozzo gives Binghamton the lead. After they did not score until there was 2 outs in the 8th, they now lead 4-2. And the first pitch to Young is swung on and missed, 0-1. All with 2 outs. Binghamton has completely flipped this game on its head. Here's the 0-1, and Young shoots it foul. And this changes everything, because now you go into the top of the 9th, and you only need 3 outs to win a ball game. All with 2 outs, an E6, a drop third strike E3, single, 3-run homer. 0-2 on Young. He's 0 for 3. Pitch is low. 1-2. Let's get the metrics on the home run from Perozzo. And that was a blast. No doubter. He flipped his bat and knew it. 102 off the bat. 370 feet to right field. I think it was further than that. 1-2 coming. Young chases for strike 3, and that ends the inning. But but not before. 4-run score with 2 outs. RBI single, Kevin Parada, and a go-ahead 3-run home run from Vincent Perozzo. The Ponies lead 4-2 going into the 9th, 3 outs away from winning the ball game. Next on the WNBF Rumble Ponies Radio Network. In the bottom of the 8th, and now lead 4-2 going into the 9th inning, and Douglas Oriana has come in to get the save. Max Green pitched in bulk relief and did well. Oriana set to face Josenberger. First pitch is high for ball 1. Get you the final line on Max Green in a moment. Oriana, the 24-year-old in the game, has 2 saves. He's 6-1, a 3.28. It's his 27th appearance. 1-0 pitch, Josenberger takes it high. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Chesapeake led 2-0. Has led 1-0 the whole game until the 7th, led 2-0. Ponies scored 4 runs with 2 outs in the 8th. Oriana's pitch is low, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. Max Green went 4 innings out of the bullpen, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, which was a minor league career high. 73 pitches, 45 strikes. 3-0 on Josenberger. Here comes the pitch from Oriana. And it's a called strike at the knees. The Rumble Ponies offense had just 2 hits going into that 8th inning. Parada singled with an RBI. Perozzo hit the go-ahead 3-run shot. 3-1 pitch. Outside ball 4, and Oriana walks the leadoff man, and Chesapeake gets the tying run to the batter's box. That will bring up the 8th batter, Willie Vasquez.
Third baseman number 6, Willie Vasquez.
Vasquez 0 for 2 with a walk tonight, as the Rumble Ponies ahead by 2 runs. First pitch from the righty, inside, missed, and it's ball 1. So Oriana off the bat, not controlling the strike zone as well as he normally does. One ball, no strikes. Pitch outside, 2-0. And Oriana struggling to find the zone and asks Parada to come talk to him to settle him down. So a mound visit here in the 9th inning. Up 2 runs. Here's the 2-0 after the visit. High, 3-0. Back-to-back 3-0 counts. Pitch to Vasquez is a strike right down the middle. 3-1. Peguero is on deck. 3-1 pitch coming, runner at first. Here in the 9th, nobody out. Oriana kicks and deals. Strike on a fastball, and it's 3-2 at the knees there. Peguero on deck is 0 for 3. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the 7th. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Grounded left side and through. Base hit. Into left field. In between Villavicencio and Roselli. Perozzo plays it, tosses in. Josenberger moves up to second. The tying run is now on base with a single from Vasquez. And the go-ahead man in the batter's box. Ponies up 4-2 with nobody out in the 9th inning. And Fernando Peguero comes up. Matt Caracetti comes out to make a mound visit.
Pitching coach talking with Orellana, the 24-year-old from Venezuela, on this hot night in Binghamton.
Orellana looking for the save. Channing Austin started. Then Garrett Stratton pitched a third of an inning. Daniel Nunez on his rehab assignment had a scoreless frame. Max Green struck out 7 over 4 in relief. And now Orellana for the save, up 4-2, but 2 on and nobody out. First baseman LaRusso's charging. First pitch, Peguero squares around, gets it, third base side, foul, 0-1. He bunted into a fielder's choice in the 7th. Also bunted into an out in the 5th.
So he's going to be asked to bunt for the 3rd time tonight.
And the top of the order in Aaron Estrada is on deck. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Bunt placed down third base side. Long run for Parada, who fields it and won't make a throw. He fielded it with his bare hands, spun around, looked at first, did not make the throw. Peguero beat it out for a bunt single. The go-ahead man is now on first, and the potential tying run is at second base with nobody out, and the base is loaded here in the 9th. It's a bunt single, 3rd time he's bunted tonight. So back to the top of the order for the 5th time. Aaron Estrada comes up, he's 3 for 4. A double and 2 singles. Josenberger at 3rd, Vasquez at 2nd, Peguero's at 1st. No outs. In the top of the 9th, Ponies ahead by 2. Orellana's first pitch, swung on and missed on a slider, and it's 0-1. High leverage spot, and there's already action in the bullpen for Orellana. 0-1 pitch. Crushed deep to right center field, has a chance way back towards the fence, and that ball is out of here. It's a go-ahead grand slam with no outs in the 9th. Estrada's 14th home run puts Chesapeake on top, 6-4 in the 9th inning. Perozzo hit a go-ahead 3-run home run with 2 outs in the home half of the 8th. And Estrada takes it right back and one-ups him. A grand slam to put the Baysox back in front.
The catcher, number 22, Ethan Anderson.
6-4 with no outs in the 9th. And it happened in the blink of an eye. Here's the first pitch to Anderson. That's crushed. Same spot. Deep right center. Gone! Anderson crushed it. 431 feet into the Rumble Ponies bullpen in right center to the right of the batter's eye. Back-to-back home runs on a grand slam from Estrada. A solo home run from Anderson. It is 7-4 Baysox with a 5-run 9th with nobody out. 431. Estrada's 14th home run. Anderson's 17th home run. And Orellana will exit. He did not record an out. He blows the save. He allows 5 runs on 4 hits. A grand slam and a solo shot back-to-back. And the Ponies are now chasing 3 in the 9th. This pitching change for Binghamton is brought to you by William Orban Insurance. Back here in the top of the ninth with nobody out and none on. Chesapeake has put up 5 runs this frame, all against Douglas Orellana. He does not record an out. And now Saul Garcia comes in out of the bullpen to relieve him. Faces De Los Santos. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Take you through how this happened so fast. In the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs, Kevin Parada hit an RBI single. That made it 2-1, Binghamton trailing. Then Vincent Perozzo hit a 3-run moonshot to put the Ponies on top 4-2. 1-0 is a called strike, 1-1. Going into the 9th, you just need 3 outs to win the game. Orellana looked for the save, walked Josenberger, gave up a hit to Vasquez, a bunt single to Peguero. Aaron Estrada crushed a go-ahead grand slam. And then the very next pitch, Ethan Anderson smashed a solo home run, 431 feet. 1-1 pitch from Saul Garcia is outside. It's 2-1. So Orellana did not record an out, and he faced 5 batters, 4 hits, 5 runs allowed. Just the least expected outcome. 2-1. Called strike on a fastball. It's 2-2 on De Los Santos, who's 0 for 3 with a sac fly. Two-two pitch, lined into the netting, foul. Just feels like it's a team that has had struggles mightily offensively for the most part all year. Bottom 5 team batting average in all of minor league baseball. 2-2 coming, grounded right side and foul, still 2-2. And one of the worst scoring teams in Double-A. They rank dead last in runs scored in the Eastern League. Dead last in average in the Eastern League. Last in on-base percentage and last in OPS. And when you have hits like that from Perozzo with 2 outs in the 8th to completely flip it. Here's the 2-2. Popped up right side of the infield. Behind the plate now. Parada takes the mask off, comes back to the backstop and makes the catch. Just to the left of home plate, his left facing the stands. Right side from our angle, and that is out number 1. But that type of momentum and then mixed with just a completely outlier performance from Orellana, that never happens. But it almost looked like right away he did not have his stuff tonight. First pitch to Ben Cosme is inside for ball 1. It is now 7-4. And you almost feel like that was the chance. Ponies, based on everything that's happened all year, likely will not have another threat. Palmer, Villavicencio, and Lucky coming up in the bottom of the 9th. Two and 6 in the second half. 29-48 overall. Could be at 50 losses and will be before the All-Star break. As that pitch missed inside, 2-0. Binghamton lost 46 games in the regular season, all of last year. 2-0 pitch from Garcia, called strike at the knees. And it's 2-1. Garcia is 23, making his 29th appearance. He's 0-1 with a 3.45 ERA. Two-one pitch is just low, 3-1. Garcia threw an inning on 19 pitches on Tuesday, so he was probably the emergency arm to pitch in this game. You needed that from Orellana. Max Green gave you 4 solid outings, 1 run, 7 strikeouts out of the pen. They're making Saul Garcia wipe his hand. He just touched the rosin bag and wiping it on his pants or his jersey, which I'm sure is covered in perspiration. 3-1 pitch coming, lined into the netting, and it's 3-2 now with 1 out. So Oriana's final line, he does not record an out. 4 hits, 5 runs, all earned. 1 walk, no strikeouts. 16 pitches, 9 strikes. 7-4 Baysox, top 9, 1 out. 3-2. Lined right field, base hit, down into the corner. Ben Cosme turns first, heads to second base. Lucky's throw to second is just a tad late on a hop. And Ben Cosme dives into second with a double with 1 out in the 9th. Five hits in this inning, and Ben Cosme with 4 hits tonight. He's 4 for 5.
At the plate, the shortstop, number 23, Griff O'Farrell.
Here's Griff O'Farrell with a runner on second. First pitch called, strike on a fastball. O'Farrell is 1 for 4. Binghamton will travel to Hartford next week and then have the All-Star break. 0-1 coming is low and away, 1-1. Maybe that is a time to reset. You know, the first half, second half, you don't get a break. It's 1 off day and start the series in Erie. The halves are separated by the first 69 games and the final 69 games of the year. The 1-1 coming is a called strike on the outside corner. It's 1-2. But the All-Star break is legitimately 4 days of no baseball. Ponies will have a 9-game homestand coming out of the All-Star break. 3 against Akron, 6 against the Portland Sea Dogs. And it's up to this group how they want to respond out of the break. With the worst record in Double-A, second worst record in the minors. A 1-2 pitch, called strike 3 on the outside corner, and there's 2 outs in the 9th inning.
Strikeout number 12 on the German Automotive K counter. Now batting left fielder, Doug Hodo, the third.
First pitch to Hodo is lasered in the left center gap. That's down for a hit. Ben Cosme turns third and scores. Hodo going for second. Perozzo's throw is offline. Hodo's into second standing. It is a 6-run 9th inning for Chesapeake. Doug Hodo gets involved in the party. An RBI double. They have now batted through, and with 6 runs, Chesapeake has now taken an 8-4 lead after they were trailing coming into this frame.
Now batting center fielder, Tavian Josenberger.
Josenberger led off the inning with a walk, and now he steps in. Here's the first pitch. That's a called strike, and it's 0-1. A 1, swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Oh, 2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Inning finally comes to an end. 6 runs score, and Binghamton trails 8-4. Grand slam from Estrada. Home run from Anderson. RBI double from Hodo. 8-4 after giving up 6 runs in the top of the 9th when all they needed was 3 outs to win it. Lefty Micah Ashman comes in and out of the bullpen, 6'7", 200, similar size to Jerwa, the starter, and faces Jalen Palmer. First pitch is popped up foul.
Ashman's 19th appearance, 1-1, 1.55 ERA. Has 2 saves.
8th inning. Ponies had 2 hits going into the frame, no runs. Kevin Parada had an RBI hit with 2 outs. Vincent Perozzo then had a go-ahead 3-run homer. 0-1. Palmer socks it foul. 0-2. By the way, I want to just correct myself. The Rumble Ponies have the 2nd worst record in Double-A and the 8th worst record in minor league baseball. Worst in the Eastern League by winning percentage. 0-2 to Palmer. Upstairs, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gouache pitched the 8th. All the runs were unearned. 4 runs, none earned, 2 hits, 2 errors, none left. Pitch, Palmer grounds foul. And Gouache, he threw 23 pitches, 15 strikes. So Binghamton led 4-2 going into the 9th. And Chesapeake just went and took batting practice essentially and scored 6 runs. Now it's 8-4 on 14 hits. Ashman's pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. First strikeout for Ashman, and the Ponies are down to their final 2 outs. Via Vicencio and Lucky are due up. This is one of those nights where you might take a look in the mirror and think about how you want the rest of the season to play out. It's an opportunity to either motivate or crumble. As the pitch to Via Vicencio is launched in the air to center. Josenberger moving back to his left makes the catch, and the Ponies are down to their final out.
And on top of that point, these guys have said all year that they really have tried to stick together, grind. In my eyes, the vibe and the atmosphere has been good all year long, but now when you go to the second half of the season and you get to the second half of the second half, you're not only playing to try to revive the year, but you're playing for roster spots the final year and where you're going to be placed.
First pitch to Lucky's a called strike, and it's 0-1.
So many guys in this roster that were signed this year as free agents that are battling to stay in affiliated ball, and a lot of guys too that are on the borderline of Double-A and Triple-A that need to show a lot for the remainder of the year.
0-1 to Lucky, called strike, 0-2. Down to their final strike, down 8-4 after a go-ahead grand slam from Estrada in the top of the 9th. Ponies down 8-4 with 2 outs and 2 strikes. Micah Ashman sets, the lefty, deals the 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Right there, strike 3, and Lucky goes down looking on 3 pitches. Ball game. The Rumble Ponies led 4-2 going into the top of the 9th, and they give up 6 runs in the top of the frame. Go-ahead grand slam from Estrada, a home run from Anderson, and an RBI double from Hodo. And the Binghamton Rumble Ponies fall by a final score of 8-4 to the Chesapeake Baysox tonight in 9 innings.